this thing better than a professional? Do let me know if you think you know the answer, or even if you want to just guess. There's no harm in guessing. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, time to hear now from Lorna Marie, who runs her own online fitness sessions across Nottinghamshire. She's been, she's going to be giving us some fitness tips a little bit later on for the summer very shortly. But last weekend, she and her online fitness team embarked on a 22-mile hike across the Lake District to raise money for one of their own team, Annette, who passed away after a battle with cancer last year. They've raised over £14,000 for charity, and this week I spoke with Lorna about how it all went.
Honestly, the weekend just went so well. It couldn't have gone any better, and it's mind-blowing how much we managed to raise, so I am still absolutely buzzing from the weekend. Thank you.
Excellent. And so how much did you raise in the end?
In the end, we raised $14,193 for cancer research, but actually it's still coming in. So we finished the challenge at the weekend, but we've had loads of donations since then, and it's been so nice to see how people come together for such an important cause. Yeah,
and tell us about the cause. I know it's a cause that's close to you and the people that at Lorna Marie Fitness. You're all a big sort of collective fitness family, so tell us all about that.
Yeah, that's right. So we raised the money for Cancer Research UK in memory of one of our squaddies. That's one of our members. We call ourselves squaddies. Annette, she was at the heart of the squad. So she was like the squad mum, always there, all the classes without fail. You know, she wasn't going to turn up. It was because her dogs were getting groomed or she was getting her hair done. So everyone knew of Annette. She was dead supportive of everyone in the squad, never missed a birthday, and always got involved in everything. Top of the leaderboard, just really like a ray of sunshine. And she sadly passed away late last year. She's taken far too soon, and it really affected a lot of people in the squad, including myself. But not just that, I've got family members who have been, battling cancer and have been touched by cancer, and I'm sure a lot of people listening, everyone knows someone, don't they, who's fought or is fighting. It's a cause that really touches a lot of people. So there are a lot of people going on the walk in memory of Annette, but also in memory of a dad or a mum or a sister or a daughter or a son who's currently fighting. So it was a really emotional weekend, actually, but also emotional for lots of reasons. The sadness, but also really happy that we were doing something incredible in her memory and for everyone else currently fighting the disease as well. And the sun was shining all day. Some people did 22 miles of the Ullswater Challenge. So it's a huge lake in the Lake District. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. And one of Annette's favourite places, actually, Pooley Bridge. So some people did 22 miles all the way around. I did that. And some people did 10 miles, which is still a massive, it was a massive walk. And everyone was really, really proud of themselves. So a huge weekend, very emotional. And we raised so much. So I'm really, really proud of everyone.
Good. I'm not surprised. I saw on the post that you put on there, it was like a choice of either 22 miles or 10 miles. I was like, blimey, is there not a third option for like 2 or something like that? So it's 2 very like intense challenges that will really test the determination, obviously the fitness aspect as well, because it's no walk in the park, if you pardon the pun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a walk in the park at all. There were some climbs in there too, which kind of caught people off guard a little bit. You think walking around a lake it'd be nice and flat, but no, there were some climbs in there. But it really did. It tested resilience. But it was really nice to see everyone come together and support each other. They were laughing, sharing snacks, singing along, and actually a really good opportunity to meet really like-minded people as well as they were walking around. So it was really lovely. Yeah, really nice.
And are they all from like your squad, like the Lorna Marie Fitness squad, or is it sort of people with different backgrounds and that type of thing?
Actually, it was a bit of a mixture. So I'd say the majority of people were from Lorna's online squad, and then some were from Annette's local village, which is Lamley. It was so nice that everyone got involved all together for the same cause. So it was really nice. Everyone just muddled in and mingled together. Yeah,
which is really nice to see. I mean, what was the probably the hardest bit of the challenge? Like you say, when you're doing a 22-mile walk, I'd imagine there's going to be a wall hit somewhere. So what was that bit like? Well,
do you know what? The hardest part for me was actually organising 65 people to do a walk. That was probably the hardest thing for me, just getting everyone all together where they needed to be at the time they needed to be, bringing all the right equipment. That was the hardest thing. The walk itself was a breeze, like take 22 miles any day. But I would say for anyone who's doing a long walk, the absolute key is eat before you're hungry, because you don't want to wait for that wall to hit. You don't want to wait until your blood sugar levels drop. It's a constant grazing exercise. someone called it's a walking picnic, but that's exactly what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Just keeping the energy levels topped up all day. And stay hydrated. Top 2 tips.
Good advice. Very good advice. I mean, I'm not planning on any 22-mile walks anytime soon, I'll be honest, but it's good to know when that time comes. Is there any more special events sort of in memory of Annette that you've got in the pipeline, or is it just a case of doing this one and raising as much money as you can for this?
This was like the grand finale. So up until this point, we did do little things. So we had a huge 5-year party for Lorna's online squad where we sold Tech Will t-shirts, and they all went to Cancer Research UK in Annette's memory. And it's a bit of a running joke. Tech Will he's my husband, and he runs all the tech side of Lawn Marie Fitness.
Yeah.
And he had a joke, and he said, if you put my face on a t-shirt, it'll sell out within seconds. So I said, all right then. So a little surprise for him, and all that went to Cancer Research. Then we had some Allswater t-shirts made as well, and that did. And we also did it was really fun actually, a 90s themed silent headphone workout.
What?
In the village hall. Yeah, we packed out the village hall. Everyone came up dressed up in 90s themed clothes. It was fantastic, and that also raised a lot of money too.
That's insane. I mean, tell me more about that. I mean, that a 90s silent disco rave to get fit.
Yes.
It sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. It was so much fun. So we all came together in the village hall. Everyone came dressed up as, Britney Spears or the Spice Girls or Ali G. So everyone had these wacky outfits on and headphones. We all went on the same track. So quite often when you go to a silent disco party, everyone has different channels. But of course, we needed everyone moving at the same time, the
True.
same beat.
Yeah.
So we were all on the same track. But it's always funny when you go to these things, because if you take one headphone off, you can hear everyone singing along. So I did that every so often, had a little giggle and put my headphones back on. But it was, really, a really lovely evening and so much fun.
There we go. It does sound amazing, doesn't it? 90s silent discos to get fit. Well, we're going to go from the 90s to the 80s with our on the way, but we've got more from Lorna Marie coming up a little bit later on in the show. It's Jake Garner, BBC Radio Nottingham on Total Sport. A reminder that it's still Sheffield United 1, Sunderland 0 in the Championship playoff final. I promise you a hike through the Lake District to raise money for one of their team, Annette, who passed away after a battle with cancer. They've already raised £14,000 for charity, and yes, certainly a wonderful story for her and her team, which is great to see. But I thought, you know what, I've got Lorna Marie with me in the studio. I need to get some fitness tips for the summer.
This is the best time to get fit for summer because there's still time. There really is still time. So it's not too late. It's never too late. So the history is, I used to be a freelance instructor teaching at different gyms around Nottingham, like Nuffield, DW, different council gyms as well, Anytime Fitness. And when lockdown hit, like a lot of people, I kind of lost it all overnight. Sure. Being a freelancer. So I went online. I didn't really know how it was going to work. I didn't even know how to do it. Never heard of Zoom in my life. So went online overnight, and to cut a very long story short, it blew up. So we had to upgrade our Zoom package within the first week, because I think you could only have, was it 100 people or something? And we broke that. So
wow.
Yeah, it was pretty much a sellout from the get-go, and it was a very steep learning curve for myself and Will to try and, all of a sudden run a business. So it just exploded, and it's grown into this really wonderful community of people, not just in Nottingham, but actually from all over. So we've got lots of people living in London, lots of busy mums who really struggle to get to a gym, lots of people living in different countries. So we're even as far out as Australia now as well.
No way.
Yeah, and it's just this lovely community of people coming together, doing classes, 6 a.m, 6:30, or whenever they want to do them. They can do it on demand. It's got that full flexibility, but also the support of a really nice community who are going to back them. And we do things like challenges in person and online. So I'm putting everyone through this challenge that we call a 3-2-1 challenge at the moment. So they have to complete 3 strength workouts, do 2 challenges, 1 hard, 1 easy one, and that could be for whatever they want to do.
Sure.
Some people have given up alcohol, some people are adding in an extra piece of fruit a day. And then the one is 100 grams of protein, which has proved quite challenging for a lot of people. But, just little challenges like that to keep motivated and keep focused. But that's in a nutshell. That's kind of what we do. But I'm probably doing it a really big disservice. It's basically a really big family. people from all different backgrounds, ages, all coming together to get fitter and find something that actually finally works for them as well.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I was at a rounders match earlier in the week at East Markham, and what got me is the fact that it was a ladies' team, and they're all mums, and they're all obviously, you know, sort of dealing with the trials and tribulations, shall we say, of everyday life. Obviously, the school run and work and kids and everything like that. But for those sort of 2 hours that they're playing rounders, they can forget all that. They can just be themselves. And I'm guessing there's a similar impact when you put your sessions on. Obviously, there'll be people there that have got different things going on, but for that period, they can just enjoy it and also get fit and feel good at the same time.
100%. A lot of mums actually come to us and they feel like they've kind of almost lost a part of them, like lost their identity a little bit. They've just become mum and they feel like they're at the bottom of the pile and they just don't have time for themselves and don't have time for health and fitness. And they actually find that when they come to us, not only are they actually now managing to fit in, 20-minute session here or a 10-minute quick on demand there, but they've actually got so much more capacity in life. And as soon as you start working on you, everyone else around you benefits. So they find that their relationships with the partner, the kids are better. They're looking at themselves in the mirror for the first time and actually feel like, well, yeah, I feel good in myself. And it's really good to see that kind of thing. I love it.
Yeah, and it keeps getting stronger. I'm guessing there's more members coming in and you're doing different challenges. I keep an eye on your socials, and every time I see that you're doing something absolutely incredible, whether it be a 90s silent disco fitness thing or anything like that, how do you keep it sort of fresh to keep people interested?
Oh, totally. Oh, you've got to, haven't you? I'm the kind of person who, I've got 1,000,001 ideas. I don't really switch off. And I'm like, oh, can we do this? Oh, should we do this? And then Will's there rolling his eyes like, oh no, not again. Not again. But it does. It keeps it exciting. It keeps it very fresh. And we're also constantly, asking members, what do you want? Looking at the data in the background, what works, what doesn't work. And I think if you keep things fresh. You ask the members what they want and what is working. You can't go too far wrong, really, in anything, in any industry, actually.
That's fair enough. I'm going to put you on the spot now, Lorna.
Okay.
This is going to be tricky. Well, actually, it might be really, really easy. So, obviously, summer's coming up. People are going to be wanting to get fit. They might not know where to start. They might have been fit before and maybe just gone off the rails slightly. So, have you got 3 pointers for the listeners out there, basically, who want to go, you know what, yes, I want to change my life and my body for the summer? What's the sort of 3 go-tos that you'd tell them straight off the bat? I'll give you a second to think about it. You might already have the answer, but fire away when ready.
Okay, 3 go-tos. So number 1, start somewhere and start small. Like, you don't need to be spending hours in a gym. You really, really don't. So start off with 10 minutes 3 times a week. Then move it to the next week. Right, I'm going to do 15 minutes 3 times a week. Or you might even start off so small as going out on a walk. So you might think, okay, what is my average step count? And you might be shocked by your average step count, but what you want to be aiming for in the long run is anything over about 7,500 on average per day is deemed as beneficial for our health. So if you're nowhere near that, think, oh my gosh, I'm getting 5,000 at the end of the week. My average per day is 5,000. We'll just increase it by 20%. Do that for 2 weeks and then work from there. And my final piece of advice would be, and this is one actually I swear by, do it in the morning. Do it in the morning, first thing, because it's not hanging over you. There's no decision fatigue about whether it's actually going to happen or not at the end of the day. It is done. And usually, particularly if you're a busy parent or work is absolutely mad, if you do it in the morning, it's actually the only time of day where people don't need you. Like, no one can touch you. That is your precious time. Even if it means getting up 20 minutes earlier, do it in the morning. It's done. You'll feel so much better for the rest of the day.
Excellent. And if we want to find you on social media, how do we do that?
So I'm on most things. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Lorna Marie Fitness. I'm on LinkedIn as Online Fitness Classes. TikTok, although I'm really bad at TikTok, but I'm on there as Lorna Marie Fitness, and YouTube as well.
Excellent. Well, there's no excuses for not checking you guys out. So thanks very much, Lorna. Appreciate you coming in, and all the best with the next fitness venture. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
There we go. That was Lorna Marie Fitness speaking with us on BBC Radio Nottingham, trying to get everybody fit for the summer, as well as she embarked on a 22-mile hike across the Lake District to raise money, raise a lot of money as well, £14,000 for a cancer charity after one of their squad members sadly lost their battle last year. Thanks very much to her for coming on. We've got music on the way before 5 o'clock. We've got